Rafinha wants it again. Thought he had scored the decisive goal in this semi-final. Has to whip in this cross. It's a decent one, but headed away from Taremi. Zielinski. And Rafinha puts the challenge in. It goes away for a throw to Inter. Will not try and get up the pitch. As ever, the question remains, can Inter pierce that high line? Can they find the space?
The beauty of the game. I love my Shakespeare, but you always know what's going to happen at the end. You have no clue here. I mean, it's been astonishing, amazing, wonderful, everything that Thierry Henry said. And when the great man is left without words to describe, then you know. And Jamie Carragher and Mika just in amazement looking on, and they've seen it all.
Aren't we all in amazement? But
nicely.
A lot of game left to play. Barella playing there with Taremi, tried that outside of the boot, but didn't quite come off. Fermin Lopez and Acerbi. I mentioned earlier with that save that Sommer made that statues will be built. One might be required for Acerbi as well when he's given to this club and scoring that goal.
A fine finish, an absolute quality finish, but the ball from Dumfries, I go back to that as well. You've got to give big credit to the architect as much as the real builder.
Fratesi and played. Rafinha went to cross him. Now we see Lewandowski will go for this 30 minutes of extra time. Taremi makes the run in behind. But was he offside? Does control it. Ahead of Kubarsi. Plays with Thuram. Gets it stuck in his feet, and Kubarsi slides away. And the flag never came. Taremi was on.
It was very, very tight.
Pedri. Barella and Dumfries and Fratesi in there, but the challenge required from Zielinski. And in behind for Fratesi. Fratesi trying that early cross, but Martin in the way. Lifted to safety.
What a tackle from Zielinski here. In like a tiger to set away his teammates. And again, good covering. Gerard Martin. Crowd rousing the home.
Darmian launching in, nearly came there for Fratesi, but away from that area, nodded on. Carlos Augusto lingering, but Garcia was bumped. Free kick awarded.
Proper call. Eagle-eyed, this referee.
Nord remaining in full voice, getting behind their team.
Wasn't much there from Augusto, but when the player's in the mid-air, referee will always call that more often than not.
Lewandowski declined to play that run and slipping and sliding beyond Acerbi. Garcia. Yamal. Squeeze it into Pedri, but that window closed.
The aerial attack for Barcelona certainly enhanced with big Robert Lewandowski in there. A player who's got the complete compass of everything that's wonderful in a true number 9. Downstairs, upstairs, all around him. Vision, and he's fresh.
Pedri. And Yamal. Dancing ahead of Barella. Keen to take on multiple and plays it out for Martin, who will lift again, but nowhere near that run of Fermin Lopez, and Carlos Augusto lifts to safety. But on Barcelona go. Put the ball high up the pitch so often. Yamal declines the run there of Garcia. Tries to get beyond Bastoni. And it's in behind Pedri. Just ran out of legs. Couldn't quite get to it ahead of Sommer.
Needed a better pass, Chris. The run was right. The timing of his little step into the box, beautiful. But Fermin, again, just a little al dente with the touch, a little overcooked. by a half a yard perhaps. Pedri gets that fed into feet. It may be good night Vienna.
Dean heading forward, but Lewandowski couldn't get it under control. He's missed a few games, including that first leg with a muscle injury, Robert Lewandowski, but remains the top scorer on this Barcelona side. Thuram tracking. Thuram, who himself is only just back from injury, was rested at the weekend, but is giving everything to go the 120 minutes. Header one towards Rafinha, now Lewandowski controlling ahead of Fratesi. Now Martin, and out wide for Rafinha, suggestion of offside, and now the flag will come.
Wanted this just slipped in. I don't know how much Gerard Martin could have released it quicker, but he's certainly being shouted down by Rafinha. Wanted that ball released a half a step quicker. Eric Garcia makes his way out.
And Hector Fort enters, just his second appearance of this Champions League off the bench. He's been a Barcelona player since he was with Barcelona's under-8s. Another La Masia product to try and make his presence felt in this semi-final. Flicked on in towards Thuram from Taremi. Thuram trying to control and still does. Marshalled out of the area by Araujo, but going the other way, now getting the beating of him. Into Taremi, laid up for Fratesi. Fratesi into the corner! Into the lead again! Now in extra time! Scored a huge goal in the quarterfinal! Fratesi off the bench! 7-6 to Inter!
Fratesi absolutely leads the charge in full battle cry. A beautiful finish, but watch this setup again. The coolness of the setup to lay the stage for Fratesi's hammer blow. Wants him to get into the box, there's no rushing. The cool as a polar bear's backside when they need to be. Wonderful hold-up play by Thuram. Holds, feints his pass, drives to the dead ball line. Beautiful touch-off. Magnificent slingshot finish. Too much to contain. Taremi says, can you put this away? And then this beautiful strike is steered like a Ferrari into the bottom corner for the go-ahead goal. Again, in construction of it, Chris, when everybody's head was on fire, their bodies were boiling up. It was Fratesi whose head was in the refrigerator and delivers the, I was going to say killer blow, but who the hell knows, there's still plenty of time. But a wonderful goal from Inter.
Fourth time they've led now in this semi-final. Fratesi, another enormous contribution from the bench. A player who's come under some criticism. He hasn't quite lived up to the expectations of his price tag as Yamal tries to squeeze it through, but the window not met by any Barcelona players.
Been going on about not just the final dispatch, the heroic finish. They're the players that will get their name in the headlines and on everybody's name, on everybody's lips. But the consideration of the pass when everything is chaotic around you, to be cool the way Thuram was, to be even cooler the way Taremi was, and then this man, the coolest of the bunch.
There's that goal again. We saw him go down there. It was pointing at his face. You almost wonder if he celebrated himself into sickness.
Understandable if he burst a blood vessel there, Chris. Who wouldn't? What a night. Celebratory football, and these fanatics are seeing their dreams come to life. Well, they've seen their dreams disappear like a rainbow tonight, not once but twice, and there may be more drama, a long way to go.
And Fratesi trying to get that crowd going. As rain really starting to fall now here at San Siro.
Ooh.
As Inter will temporarily play down to 10. Fermin Lopez. Bastoni got across and played the bounce. Thuram was in an offside position, so lets it go. Is now the time that Inter finally lock it down and get to a final for a second time in 3 years. They have withstood everything you possibly can to get into this position.
One of the great stadiums of the world, filled to the brim tonight, and now levitating off its old foundations.
Suggestions of replacing it with a new one. The old building still has its tricks. Yamal. Will be on two. Into Rafinha. Lewandowski gets caught but plays with Hector Fort. Fort taking the strike on. He struck it well, but always rising.
Just the conditions for this. Slippery. Gets away from him just a little bit. Kind of step through the ball. Enough. Inzaghi not even aware that it's rain. He's fully focused on his man. Can they hold on to this tentative lead?
Lewandowski and Fermin Lopez lifting him behind. Acerbi, though, was more alert to it than Rafinha. Kept his run going, but didn't see the ball. See that haze of rain coming over the players. De Jong. Fort. The final minute of this first period of extra time. Pedri in space in the middle and turning the other way. Going through all the ideas, but didn't come up with any successful one as it's lifted clear. Inter will defend for this final period of this first period of extra time. Semi-final equaling the record for most goals we've seen in a two-legged Champions League knockout tie. Lifted out wide. Martin just about concede the throw rather than a corner. Minimum 3 minutes added at the end of this first section of extra time. Wonder how much is left in his tank or any of the players that started, that went through that Copa del Rey final, that gone through the two legs. This Champions League free kick to Barcelona. Martin shoved. Oh, and don't forget, Barcelona only have the small matter of another Clásico at the weekend that could potentially decide La Liga. Yamal, Taremi with a leg in, but kept in by Araujo with Fort. Yamal. And lifting it towards Lewandowski, but too much air underneath it.
Yeah, a great run by Robert. Sees that space, invites the pass on. Lamine, just a few pounds over hit, a few ounces.
Hansi Flick suffering suffering in the dugout. He's engineered a brilliant Barcelona season, as that one's a bit late there. And it's going to be given as a free kick to Inter. Araujo catching Thuram there. Simone Inzaghi screaming in the rain.
Mr. Cool.
Father of Marcus, Lilian Thuram.
What a player he was. What a player.
Thuram lifting in. Dumfries was tracking, but Martin won it. Rafinha away, but only as far though as Dumfries can deliver another ball in. Fratesi chipped in and Fort and headed back in, gratefully from Szczesny's point of view, towards him. 30 seconds left in this minimum of 3. Barcelona want to fashion one more chance and can do so through Fort. Touch heavy though, comes for Augusto. Thuram, challenge from behind, was looking for that ball in behind that high line, didn't spot it. Bastoni off of Yamal and out for the throw, and that should see us, or no, Inter will go quickly. Inzaghi wanted to go, launched into Taremi. They'll want more, they'll feel they need more. Bastoni through the legs into Barella, but the halftime whistle goes just as Inter were into an attack. Inzaghi running onto the pitch, can barely believe it. But Marciniak blew for halftime. And so to the break we go. Inter 4, Barcelona 3. Inter leading 7-6 on aggregate, getting this advantage in extra time. Fratesi gets the goal. And here is that goal. A lot about the work of Marcus Thuram.
Yeah, but it's so cool in making the decision, and then this layoff before Thuram plays the ball in to Taremi. He's already identified Fratesi running onto it, saying, "Feed me, baby." And then this wonderful slip shot into the side netting away from Szczesny gave the Polish goalkeeper no chance.
Inzaghi.
It's just so good to see a game of these proportions and this excellence over these two legs decided not by anything capricious or lucky. These have been beautifully engineered goals. All, how many of them? 9 or 10?
13 over the two legs, Ray. Get the abacus out. This is ridiculous.
Oh my God. Wonderful. Heart-stopping stuff, and more to come.
And Barcelona now need to find answers. Lewandowski on the tactics board. And now as another change comes, and it's Pedri who's going to step out, as well as Cubarsí. Gavi, Pau Victor enter. What can Barcelona do here, Ray, to maybe create a bit more than we saw in that first period of extra time? Not a lot going forward there.
Well, the conditions will certainly favour, you would think, Barcelona's slick, quick passing machine. Those tiny little passing lanes that have been blocked out by Inter's wonderfully orchestrated lines of defence. These conditions may just fall in the favour of Barcelona if they're brave enough, if they've got the players with the legs, and of course that lynx eye vision that it's needed to find the likes of Rafinha and Lewandowski.
And so this second period of extra time, Barcelona needing to mount a comeback for a fourth time in this semi-final. 2-0 down, 3-2 down, 5-3 down, and now 7-6 down. Inter have believed a lot over the course of the tie, but need to hold on again. First time touch into Gavi's only just entered. Gavi trying to get round as it's cleared. Darmian with the terrific defending. Barcelona will go quickly again. Fermin Lopez. De Jong. Kept neatly there with Gavi. Martin. Playing again here with De Jong. Recycling play through Fort and with Yamal. He's really giving a lot to this second leg, but still keeps it. Yamal spotted the idea to